Ok, señoritas, bienvenidas. Buenos días. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo, cómo han estado antes de iniciar con todas las actividades que tenemos para la materia de inglés? Comentarles que el día de ayer fui a la universidad a firmar para los chicos que van a hacer el ECAP este año, porque pues me han dejado ahí de encargada, ¿vea? Entonces ayer aproveché para hacer ahí un par de consultas. Y sí, en el caso de ustedes van a hacer el ECAP hasta el otro año en abril, hasta el otro año en abril, por favor. Eso no significa que usted se va a confiar. Ah, entonces no voy a estudiar, no voy a practicar. Por favor, comience desde hoy. Comience desde hoy a practicar. El día de ayer logré conseguir como ejemplos a algunos ejercicios, de hecho un montonazo de material. Eso es lo bueno de tener contactos por todos lados, miren. Por eso es que uno siempre tiene que ser agradecido, porque usted nunca sabe de quién va a necesitar. Entonces, si usted va por la vida, ah, no, no necesito de nadie, pues no, ya la regamos, ¿verdad? Entonces, gracias a Dios pude conseguir, me costó, créanme, me costó, pero pude conseguir un montón de material que es el que vamos a tratar de discutir en la materia de didáctica. Ayer me estaban comentando las personas que son las que hacen, que son las encargadas, como por decirlo así, de hacer el examen, que son 100 preguntas. Yo le soy sincera, acuérdese que yo cuando no sé algo, yo no le voy a mentir, yo no le voy a inventar. Yo voy a ser bien humilde y le voy a decir, mire, hijo, yo no sé, pero me voy a averiguar. Entonces, yo realmente, como yo no hice el ECAP, como yo no hice el ECAP, entonces yo ignoraba ciertas cosas. Por ejemplo, yo pensé que el ECAP era todo en español y ayer me dijeron de que no, que son 60 preguntas, 60 preguntas de cultura general, obviamente basadas en los métodos de enseñanza, basadas en didáctica, todo lo que ustedes han venido viendo en este caso. Y las otras 40 preguntas son en inglés, que si no me equivoco, las 40 preguntas que son en inglés son quizás para medir su capacidad en gramática, porque yo creo que obviamente creo que no les ponen listening. Entonces son 60 preguntas en español y son 40 preguntas en inglés. Aparte de hacer ustedes el ECAP el otro año en abril, para los que van ingresando, el otro año en abril, ustedes siempre van a hacer la prueba. Solo que el día de ayer la licenciada se había confundido, porque ella le había puesto a los chicos que salen este año, ella les había puesto a los chicos prueba de inglés. Entonces yo le dije, pero cuando acá dice prueba de inglés, ¿a qué se refiere? Y me dijo, no, lo que pasa es que dice que van a hacer el TOEIC o el TOEFL, porque dice ella que es lo mismo. Y yo, miren, y ya le expliqué que no es lo mismo, ¿verdad? Entonces yo le dije a ella que en el caso de ustedes habían venido practicando para el TOEFL. O sea, yo les dije que yo con ustedes no habíamos practicado TOEIC, sino que habíamos practicado para el TOEFL. Entonces ellas me mencionaron, la madre superior también me mencionó que ustedes habían hecho prácticas de TOEFL con un licenciado que se llamaba Denny, si no me equivoco. Entonces yo les dije, va, que si era así, pues que igual todavía ustedes iban más preparados, porque me dijo ella, mire, si los chicos estuvieron haciendo unas pruebas. Ahora bien, mi pregunta es la siguiente, ¿hicieron pruebas o hicieron pruebas y al mismo tiempo les enseñaron las herramientas y los tips?
No, Li. No, o sea, solo una vez la fuimos a hacer, ajá, solo una vez porque la otra vez tuvimos una exposición y no, nunca se habló de tips, solo íbamos a hacerla y a ver los
Ah,
resultados que obteníamos.
Es que teacher era
ajá.
como de diagnóstico.
Ah, pero no les dieron clases así como, por ejemplo, miren, estas son las herramientas para listening, miren, estas son las...
No, no entramos al tema ese.
Ah,
Estamos
ok.
ocupados con otras cosas del currículo design.
Ah, va. Ah, ok, excelente. Ahora bien, yo no sé si voy a tener clases con ustedes el otro ciclo. Le iba a preguntar a la rectora, pero yo dije, no, o sea, mejor me voy a esperar. El punto es que si llegamos a tener clases el otro ciclo ustedes conmigo, vamos a seguir viendo lo del TOEFL y vamos a seguir viendo lo del ECAP porque es bastante, hijos, es bastante información. Yo me di gusto, créanme que a mí me encantó. Yo me puse a leer ayer un ratito porque solo tuve media hora de descanso ayer en todo el día, aunque no lo crea. Entonces yo me puse a leer un ratito y sí es súper genial. O sea, es un montón de información, es un montón de información. Y Igual lo vamos a ir desglosando despacito. Yo voy a tratar la manera de ayudarles en lo que yo pueda en mis conocimientos, pero sí le pido lo siguiente. Póngase a estudiar desde hoy, póngase a practicar desde hoy, ¿ok? La otra semana que ingresemos a lo del ECAP, vamos en este caso voy a tratar la manera de ver, como le digo, yo nunca he hecho el ECAP, ¿verdad? Voy a tratar la manera de ver si hay herramientas o algo como en el TOEFL, por ejemplo, como las que yo les enseñé, ¿verdad? Que estuvimos viendo eso, pero eso lo vamos a ver la otra semana. Dime, Irene.
Pero dicen que el TOEIC es más difícil.
La diferencia del TOEFL, hija, es que el TOEFL te mide tres habilidades, tres skills: listening, reading y writing. El TOEFL te mide listening, reading y grammar. Y el TOEIC te mide esas mismas tres, pero te mete conversación. Esa es la diferencia.
¿Y será que sí vamos a hacer ese? O sea, eso
Yo,
le...
yo le dije ayer a ella que ustedes estaban siendo preparados para TOEFL, no para TOEIC. Ahora bien, ¿qué es más difícil? No es que sea más difícil, porque de hecho, imagínate, ustedes son muy buenos en conversación, aunque les falta vocabulario. Entonces, si ustedes les llegan a medir conversación, yo sé que no van a salir mal. Entonces, no hay por qué tener miedo, no hay por qué tener miedo. De ahí, lo único que cambia, aparte de que te ponen la parte de conversación, lo único que cambia es el puntaje. Porque, por ejemplo, en el TOEFL ustedes necesitan 501 solo para graduarse y necesitan 520 para el escalafón. Pero en este caso, con el TOEIC, ustedes todavía tienen que sacar más puntaje. ¿Por qué? Porque obviamente hay una área extra. O sea, obviamente tenés la parte de la conversación, entonces obviamente vos podés llegar incluso a 800 puntos con el TOEIC. A 800 puntos con el TOEIC. En mi caso, la universidad a nosotros nos pide el TOEFL. En mi caso, nosotros la universidad nos pedía el TOEFL, no nos pedía el TOEIC. Entonces, si ustedes llegaran a hacer el TOEIC, ustedes ya están listos, porque ustedes conversación tienen. Conversación tienen. Mi recomendación quizás sería, como siempre, para que ustedes pasen este tipo de exámenes, y estoy hablando del TOEFL, póngase a leer artículos, y yo sé que ya aburro, teacher, ya aburre, yo sé y no me importa, prefiero aburrirlo. Póngase a leer artículos. Ahora les traigo uno de cómo se creó el chocolate. O sea, póngase a leer cosas así. ¿Cómo es la metamorfosis de una mariposa? O sea, póngase a leer cosas así porque son vocabularios que vienen en los exámenes. Entonces, se los digo por experiencia, hijos. Yo ya llevo 10 años en esto y el TOEFL no cambia, no cambia. O sea, siempre ponen lecturas que uno ni si, o sea, por ejemplo, yo recuerdo que una de las lecturas que a mí me salió fue la metamorfosis de un insecto que ya ni me acuerdo cómo, era una araña, no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba. Entonces era la metamorfosis, los cambios de la araña y no sé qué ondas, y que la telaraña y que las partes bien así, no, o sea, póngase a leer cosas así, por el tipo de vocabulario, para que usted en este caso se enriquezca con el vocabulario. Entonces, la otra semana iniciamos con lo del ECAP. Pónganse las pilas, chicos, pónganse las pilas con eso. Y créanme, yo sé que lo van a pasar. Yo le dije a ella, mire, el grupo que yo tengo ahorita son muy buenos, son muy, muy buenos. Entonces, todavía ahí me dijo la madre, sí, yo me acuerdo de Irene, yo me acuerdo de Ana, me dijo, yo me acuerdo de Mauricio, sigan, yo los tuve, ahí se pusieron, incluso el licenciado Rivera me dijo que los había tenido también. Entonces me preguntó cómo elegí, cómo me iba con usted. Yo le dije que todo blue. Yo le dije, no me quejo. Los hipotes son muy buenos. Lentos para trabajar, lentos para trabajar sí son, le dije. No sé por qué, pero de ahí por lo demás son muy buenos. Entonces, pues no, ahí, ¿verdad? Nos vamos a ir ayudando en grupo, en equipo, porque mi objetivo es que pasen todas estas pruebas. Así que si no hay más preguntas, señores, recuerden, son 100 preguntas, son 60 y 40. ¿Cuándo lo van a hacer? En abril del otro año. Y el TOEFL teacher creo que también más o menos por esa misma fecha, igual lo estarían haciendo. Así que tenemos tiempo, gracias a Dios, no lo vamos a hacer este año. Okay, señores, so good morning again. If you don't have any questions, so I'm going to start. So I got a video related with the topic that you are going to translate or you are going to interpret. So this video is going to help you to get more involved in the topic. So which one has the best education, the best system? Private or public school? So my dearest, please pay attention to the video.
Hi guys, Courtney here with Niche, and if you're like me, you are trying to figure out where to send your kid to school. Should you send him to public or private? There are so many things to think about. You have to think about cost, class size, walkability, diversity. It can be very overwhelming, and if you're like me, you just keep putting it off, hoping that somehow the decision will magically be made for you. That, however, is the worst possible course of action. And so I finally went on the Niche website. They also have an app, and there are so many comprehensive rankings for all the schools in your area. And you can search by public or private, parochial, magnet. You can search by elementary, middle, high school, zip code, region, and then you can also read reviews from real parents. It is so helpful, and that is how I started my journey trying to figure out where to send my son Henry to school. And then also I interviewed my real life mom friends. One sends her boys to public school and one sends her daughter to private school. And so we are now going to share their stories with you about how they made this very big decision. Are you ready? Let's go.
When we were choosing school for our boys, we didn't think about cost as much as the vibe of the school and other factors that were a lot more important to us. I'm a product of public school. I loved my public school, and I really wanted my kids to have the same experience.
Cost really wasn't that big of a factor for us. We knew we wanted to do something where Ellie could get her social skills going, and St. Simon and Jude's Mommy and Me program was really the only one that we could find that really fit what we wanted.
Diversity was super important, making sure they weren't going to a place that only had people that looked like them. We really wanted them to be exposed, especially at these young ages, to kids of all backgrounds and ideas and beliefs, and we really found that in our public school.
I grew up with a Catholic education, so I wanted her to get that faith-based education that I had. And I really enjoyed that the classes were small. There was only 7 kids in her class, and like I said before, her personality is a little bit more reserved. She gets that one-on-one attention, and she's really coming into her own, which we really liked.
The opinions of other parents, always hold a lot of weight, of course. So I would definitely suggest talking to a lot of parents. We already knew that the school that we were interested in, a lot of our neighbors' kids went to. We'd heard a lot of good things about it. At the end of the day, the main reason we chose public school is because our kids are getting an amazing education.
One of my best friends sends her 2 kids to St. Simon and Jude, and she's the one that kind of talked me into doing this, and I'm so glad I did. The way I saw her kids grow leaps and bounds from where they started is something that I knew I needed.
At the end of the day, I really do think that advice from your neighbors and other parents on the playground is the best way to start this decision-making process. And it's one of the best outcomes of this whole thing because you get to be friends then with your neighbors and the other moms and dads. I think the hardest part of this decision-making process is that it reveals the kind of parent that you maybe thought you weren't. You might go into this process thinking, I'm definitely going to send my kid to public school, and you do your research and realize, no, I'm going to send them to private. or you go in thinking, I was a private school kid, he's definitely going to private school, and it turns out that you sent him to public school. We hope that you loved this video and that you loved hearing the other mom stories. We have so many more resources at niche.com.
One of the things that always catch my attention, is how American people, I mean, in this case, how they don't care about the prices. Okay, that's culture. That is totally different with our culture in El Salvador. When you have the opportunity to send your kids into a private school, one of the first things that we really pay attention is of the cost. How much is it? How much is it? So it's one of the first details that we see first. But in that kind of culture that people living in the United States, they care about another details. For example, they like to meet the place first. They like to get involved with the other parents too. They don't care about the cost, maybe because the real or the lifestyle is totally different with ours. Okay, it's totally different with ours. They don't care about how much is the pay or how much is the bill, because the most important in America, in United States to be more specific, is the education system. Is the education system. I got many friends that are studying in a public school in United States. I got some other students too that they say, teacher, the education system is easier than El Salvador's. Because in this case, in United States, we don't have a lot of homework. So I remember in El Salvador, we got one homework per subject, one activity per subject. So we got parciales, we got exams. So in United States, it's totally different. I got maybe only one homework in a week. So, and I asked, how can I be possible? So because they got a schedule. They got a schedule. For example, the first week, homeworks just are for English and history. This is just an example, okay? For the second week, we got mathematics and language homework. So in El Salvador, the system, well, not just in El Salvador, in Latin America, the system is totally different. But which one is the best? Which one is the best? In my very personal opinion, as a Gabriela, in my very personal opinion, I can say, because according to my experience, I'm a private girl. I had the opportunity to go to a private school, but my brothers, they didn't. They went to a public school. And I can realize the opportunities are on public schools. The scholarships are on public schools. So we got many advantages. I always say, if I got a girl, if I got a boy, if I got a son, a daughter, I'm very sure I will send my kids to a public school, because I know what kind of advantages they got. My little brother is 22 years old, and when he was studying at sixth grade, he was studying in a public school near to my house, and he got a scholarship, and he had the opportunity to go to a private school. It is, ¿cómo se llama, Eri, la que está ahí cuando vamos para Comasagua? ¿Cómo se llama esa escuela, ese colegio que está ahí, Eli, cuando vas entrando en esa calle? Que está la escena enfrente, se me ha ido el nombre.
Amatepec.
Yes, excellent. Thank you, guys. So, my brother got the opportunity to go there. I don't know if you have an idea how much is it. How much is it, but it is very expensive. I remember my little brother was in a public school in sixth grade, and he had the opportunity to study there in seventh grade. At the first time, he cried a lot because he said, my goodness, it's a lot of work. Yes, because he got many homeworks, many activities, many assignments. And one of the details I remember, and now I laugh, because he said he has to take the school bus, but his classmate got cars. Yes. What's a kind of interesting because my little brother got a very, very good attitude. Then, before to get his scholarship, he got a second scholarship. And now he got a scholarship to study in, se me olvidó el programa, de la, Monique, de Crit, el apellido es Crit. Pero he got a second scholarship. So the point is, in the private school, we don't got that kind of advantages. We don't got, yes, it is because I remember I never had the opportunity that my brother got. And at the end, because he was a public student, he got a third scholarship. So he had the opportunity to choose, hey, which university would you like to take? And my brother said, okay, I would like to study at Monica Herrera. So do you have any idea what is the Monica Herrera? This is a university and it's very expensive. It's very expensive. So how much is it? $600 per month. $600, the university. Yes, it is. $600. But he didn't have the necessity to pay nothing because he got a scholarship. So él no pagó nunca nada. So this is according to my personal opinion. This is according to my personal. And I'm very sure if I had the opportunity to be a mom, I would like to send my kids to a public school because there are many advantages. And now as an English teacher, I can say to all of you, yes, it is. The education system, it's not like, okay, private schools are better than, no way. It depends of your teacher. It depends of your teachers. If you are, because you are going to work in a private and public schools, because you are going to be my future teachers, if you have the opportunity to work in a public or in a private school, try to be the best all the time. Teacher, but my salary is 100. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter because if you do it in a really good way now, the life is going to will you in the future. La vida se lo va a recompensar en el futuro. Okay? We need to start from the base. Necesitamos comenzar desde abajo para ir escalando. Okay? So, it doesn't matter what kind of schools you are going to work on. It doesn't matter. Try to be the best all the time. Try to do the best all the time. Okay? So this is my opinion as a Gabriela. I prefer public. I prefer public school. Okay, according to our country, according to our system, yes, maybe private school got more good education system in order to we got some advantages like the teachers who works in a private school are always under pressure. Yeah, public school is not. It's totally different. But the opportunities like to get a scholarship are on public school. The education, okay, the question is, which one has the best education system? Maybe the private school. But which one has the more opportunities to move on? Public schools. So in my case, maybe I can say I prefer public. Schools. Okay, my dearest students, so now we are going to start. This is practice number 2. So yesterday we did practice number 1, and I got your names here. And you, I'm very sure you are really, maybe not in a 100 prepared, because we were doing this one just once or 2 times. But yes, to continue practicing. Practice makes perfect. So this is practice number 2, and the topic for today is, are private schools better than public? So do we got volunteers, or may I choose? Remember, at the first time you are going to be the interpreter. At the second, you are going to be the opponent, okay, in order to practice both ways. So do we have any volunteer? Who wants to be the first one? Teacher, me and my partner, okay. 5, 4,
Irene, are you ready?
Yes.
nice. Okay, excellent, ladies. So please remember, you got 5 minutes. Okay, Jackie, are you going to be the translator or the opponent?
Translator.
Okay, excellent. Es que me gusta anotarlo aquí primero, espérame. Okay. So, Irene, you're going to be the opponent, right?
Yes.
Okay, wait a minute, please. Okay, ladies, please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. Today's topic is private school and public school.
Buenos días a todos ustedes. El tema de hoy es escuelas públicas y escuelas privadas.
According to different people opinions, private school is better than public school.
De acuerdo a las opiniones de bastantes personas, las escuelas privadas son mejores que las públicas.
In my personal opinion, it depends on the teacher, it depends on the student, and it depends on the parents.
En mi opinión personal, eso depende del estudiante, del maestro y de los padres de familia.
Because your behavior reflects what kind of education you are receiving from your home.
Could you repeat it, please?
Your behavior seems the kind of education that you are receiving from your home.
Tu comportamiento refleja el tipo de educación que recibes de tu casa.
Many people say, if you study in a public school, you don't behave.
Mucha gente dice que si estudias en una escuela pública no te comportas bien.
And you won't be intelligent in the future.
Y que no serás una inteligente persona en el futuro.
But it is not true. It depends on you. It depends on your effort.
Pero eso no es verdad. Eso depende de ti y de tu esfuerzo.
I want to tell you that I had the experience to study in a public school.
Quiero contarles que tuve la experiencia de estudiar en una escuela pública.
Before to tell you, I have to say that maybe in language, when teachers are teaching language in a public school, it is totally different than in a private school.
Antes de contarles un poco acerca de mi experiencia, quiero decirles que en la materia de lenguaje, los profesores cambian un poco.
I said languages.
En la materia de idiomas.
Well, I had the opportunity to have a teacher who taught 3 languages.
Tuve un maestro que enseñaba tres idiomas,
English, French, and Italian, and it was really interesting.
inglés, francés e italiano, y eso era muy interesante.
But in that moment, I was not interested in learn another language.
Pero lastimosamente en ese momento no estaba interesada en aprender otro lenguaje.
So, and I studied in a public school.
Y estudié en una escuela pública.
But there are students who study in a private school and they are lazy.
Y hay estudiantes que estudian en escuelas privadas y son un poco cómodos.
Because their parents think that if they are paying for their education, their children can do everything, and even most of the time they don't behave.
Porque lastimosamente sus padres piensan que si ellos pagan su mensualidad, los niños tienen que hacer lo que ellos quieren y no se comportan de la manera correcta.
It depends on you as a student, it depends on you as a teacher, and it depends on you like parents, because you have to take your responsibility.
Depende del maestro, depende del estudiante y depende del padre de familia cómo los niños adquieren la educación.
So for me, both schools are good. Both schools are good, but it depends on you. If you want to learn, you are going to learn and you will be intelligent.
Would you repeat it, please?
It depends on you. If you want to learn, you are going to learn.
Depende de ti. Si tú quieres aprender, tú vas a aprender.
So studying up in a public school doesn't mean that you won't have opportunities in the future.
Así que estudiar en una escuela pública no significa que no tendrás oportunidades en el futuro.
Try to think that both schools are good and analyze the different advantage and disadvantage, because we have advantage when we study in a private school, but we have disadvantage too.
Trata de pensar que ambas escuelas son importantes.
Now, excuse me, now, Irene, as a conclusion, okay, para ir finalizando. So, as a conclusion, blah, blah, blah. Okay, continue.
Okay, to finish this interesting topic, try to think that study in a public school and study in a private school doesn't mean that you will be the most intelligent student or the laziest students. Try to include your effort every day and try to be responsible and try to respect others, because you need to apply your values.
Para concluir, trata de pensar que estudiar en una escuela pública o en una escuela privada no te hará el estudiante más inteligente ni el estudiante menos inteligente.
Okay. Okay, so in this case, you interpret, not translate. Okay, thank you, ladies. Much better. Congrats. I like it. But be careful, Irene, with some pronouns, okay? Advantages, disadvantages, okay? Be careful with some pronouns. And English, English. Okay. Maybe you got nervous, but English. Okay. You say English. No, but very little details. But it caught my attention that is one of my objectives for today morning. So the tone of voice, Jackie, really good. Really good. So, much better, no comments. Really nice. So be careful, please, with some details, like a grammar, some details with the pronouns, so just little details. This is going to be better if you practice more. Okay, my ladies, be ready for the second round because we are going to switch. Okay, please, who's next? Who's next? Under pressure. Yes, okay, my students. I don't want to put it under pressure. Mm-hmm. Really? You're not ready? Ale, Anita, Eli, Mauri?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much. Yes, Eli, excuse me, got question?
I'm sorry.
No, okay, I mean, Eli raised her hand.
Ah,
No, Eli? Okay, okay, Eli, please be ready
no.
because...
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay, don't worry. Okay, please be ready because you're the second. Okay, Alessandra, who's going to be the opponent?
Me.
Excellent. Okay, so Mauricio is going to be the interpreter. Okay, guys, please go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, guys. We are going to discuss something about public and private schools.
Buenos días, estudiantes y maestra. Hoy vamos a discutir sobre escuelas privadas y públicas.
I realize that this is a polemic topic because always has like a fight between public and private schools.
Me he dado cuenta que este es un tema polémico porque siempre hay una batalla entre escuela privada y escuela pública.
The thing is, they ignore the important thing in this topic.
La cosa es que ellos ignoran la importancia en este tema.
In my opinion, there is not one or there is not the most important or the most relevant.
En mi opinión, no es lo más importante o lo más relevante.
I mean, I came from a public school and I realized how the system is.
Quiero decir, yo vine de una escuela pública y puedo decir cómo es.
But I studied also 2 years in a college and I know how the system in a private school and I know how the system is too.
Pero yo he comenzado mis 2 años de universidad y me he dado cuenta cómo una escuela privada es.
In kindergarten, I studied in a private school and I know how this private school works.
En la escuela privada yo estudié 2 años en kinder y sé cómo funciona.
But the important thing is that doesn't matter where or you study, if not how you study.
La cosa es que no importa de dónde hayas estudiado, sino cómo has estudiado.
Obviously, there are advantages and disadvantages of each one.
Obviamente hay ventajas y desventajas en cada una.
For example, the infrastructure, the services are lack in the public school.
Por ejemplo, la infraestructura y los servicios, hay una falta de ellos en las escuelas públicas.
And the private are very beautiful, very beautiful private schools, the services, even the attention.
En las escuelas privadas podemos ver que hay una gran infraestructura muy bonita, servicios adecuados y el staff, el,
The attention.
la atención es muy buena.
But is this the most important?
Pero esto es lo más importante.
Is this going to be your future?
¿Es esto lo que será tu futuro?
Not really. It's not really. The important is how this educational system is, how the teachers are.
De ninguna manera. Lo que te hace es como son tus profesores, cómo es el sistema.
I am proud where I went, where I came.
Estoy orgullosa de donde vine.
And doesn't matter if it is private or public, because depend of you and how you are encouraged to study.
No importa de dónde hayas venido, sino cómo afrontas la vida.
In the school, in the future, in the life, but it's just like in training for the life.
En la escuela, en la vida, la escuela solo te está entrenando para la vida.
In conclusion,
Yeah. In conclusion, the most important is not the title or the title or the way of your school, is it private or public.
En conclusión, no importa el título, si fue de una escuela pública o privada.
Stop. Excellent. Thank you guys. Much better too. Excellent. No comments. Really good job. Excellent. Hey, I don't know if you remember, before to start with Anna and Ellie, I don't know if you remember, but one of the details that the American woman mentioned is they pay attention on the zip code. So we don't do that, okay? It doesn't matter. Just if the school is near to your house, it is okay. So, but they were paying attention all the time with the zip code. Okay, well, this is just cool too. Okay, Anita, Ellie, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent, thank you. So, Ellie, are you going to be the translator, interpreter, or are you going to be the opponent?
The opponent.
The opponent, excellent. Okay, so good morning, Anita.
Good morning.
Excellent. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Excellent. So please, ladies, go ahead.
Okay, good morning. How are you? I hope that you are very good right now. So today I'm going to share with you public and private schools.
Buenos días, ¿qué tal están? Espero que estén bien. Ahora les voy a hablar sobre las escuelas privadas y las públicas.
We have disadvantage and advantage in private and public schools. I'm going to share with you my very personal opinion.
Tenemos ventajas y desventajas tanto en las escuelas públicas como en las privadas. Yo les voy a decir mi opinión personal sobre eso.
Okay, in private school we have to pay a lot of money, and we have a higher range, and also we have, in some case, we have good teacher and lazy teacher.
En las escuelas privadas tenemos que pagar mucho y hay algunos maestros que son un poco haraganes.
In public school, we have the opportunity to have a scholarship. It's free and it's good.
En las escuelas privadas tenemos la oportunidad de optar por una beca que son gratis.
But in my very personal opinion, I think that private and public school have an advantage and disadvantage, but it's up to you.
Pero en mi opinión personal, creo que tanto las escuelas públicas como las privadas tienen ventajas y desventajas. Pero en mi opinión personal,
It's up to you if you study in a private or in a public school. You need to be able to be responsible and effort every single day to have a good scholarship, to have a good, oh my goodness, to have a good, I confuse comportamiento, how do you say that? Behavior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
pero depende de ti si quieres optar por estudiar en una escuela pública o privada y tienes que ver cómo es tu comportamiento ahí.
I'm going to share with you my sister's story when she was working in a private school.
Les voy a compartir la historia de mi hermana cuando ella estuvo en una escuela privada.
Yeah, yes. My sister said that in private school you need to pay a lot, but she is a English, she is a kindergarten teacher, but she always told me that the children didn't respect her.
Can you repeat, please?
My sister always told me that in private schools, in most cases, children didn't respect her.
Mi hermana mencionaba que en la escuela privada los niños de kinder no todo el tiempo la respetaban.
And also said that the children told her every single day, if my parents are paying you, you need to do everything that I want.
Y todos los días le decían que si sus papás estaban pagando para esa educación, ella tenía que hacer todo lo que ellos le decían.
As a conclusion,
my sister said,
como conclusión, mi hermana dijo,
I'm going to share this history with my whole family, and I'm going to try to change that because I don't feel comfortable.
Voy a compartir esta historia con mi familia y quiero que cambie.
okay, okay, nice, but Ellie, you cannot conclude with the same story. Okay, you need to conclude with okay, so in this case the education system must to blah blah blah. Okay, so because you already finished but with the same story, so you need to add an extra because the story is a part of. So when you say in a conclusion, is because you are going to continue talking about the same topic in order to give at end like a. Okay, as a conclusion, if you see the story, if you were paying attention, public and private school, blah blah blah. I don't know if you got it, okay? Ellie?
Yes, teacher, I got it.
Yes. Okay, yes, those very, very little details. Solo ese detallito nada más, señoritas. Muy bien, excelente trabajo. Ok, señores, vamos con la segunda ronda. I don't know, Irene, Jackie, are you ready? This is your second round. Now we are gonna switch. Okay. Ready, ladies?
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so please go ahead.
Okay. Ready, Irene?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning to all of you. In this morning, we are going to talk about the difference between public and private schools.
Buenos días a todos. Este día vamos a hablar sobre la diferencia entre la escuela pública y la escuela privada.
I was wondering about if you know the advantage and disadvantage of those.
Me preguntaba si sabes sobre las ventajas y las desventajas que tenemos.
Okay, in private school, you need to pay monthly if you want your children to receive the education.
En una escuela privada, tú tienes que pagar mensualmente por la educación de tus hijos.
In the other hand, in a public school, you don't need to pay if in a public school.
Por otra parte, en una escuela pública, tú no necesitas pagar por la educación de tus hijos.
And that's why many people think that private schools are better than public schools.
Y es por eso que mucha gente dice que estudiar en una escuela pública, en una escuela privada, es mucho mejor que en una escuela pública.
But that isn't true all the time.
Pero eso no es cierto la mayoría del tiempo.
Public school also teach well to the students.
La educación que recibes de una escuela pública es muy buena.
It's a hard decision for parents to take this decision about to send their children a public or private school.
Realmente es una decisión muy importante y difícil de tomar los padres mandar a sus hijos a una escuela pública o a una escuela privada.
It is necessary to know that a public school, it was founded by the government.
Es necesario saber que una escuela pública es fundada por el gobierno.
And a private school doesn't.
Lo contrario de una escuela privada.
The system of both, it is totally different.
El sistema de ambas escuelas es totalmente diferente.
One advantage for private school is that probably in the classroom are less students than in a public classroom school.
Probablemente las aulas de una escuela pública lucen con menos estudiantes que en una escuela privada.
And it is because in a private school you need to pay, and probably there are many parents that can cause this payment.
La causa es porque no todos los padres de familia pueden costearse los gastos de sus hijos al mandarlos a una escuela privada.
The cost of each private school depends on its rules.
Repeat.
Okay, the payment or payment monthly of each private school depends on it.
El pago mensual de cada escuela privada depende mucho de ellos.
One advantage for public school is that they receive books, notebooks, and shoes from the government.
Una de las ventajas de estudiar en una escuela pública es que tus hijos reciben ayuda del gobierno, como lo son libros, útiles y zapatos.
And also they receive a computer, something that in the case of private school, don't receive any of these things from the government.
Y ellos han recibido incluso computadoras. El caso contrario, en una escuela privada, ellos no reciben este tipo de ayuda.
As a conclusion,
We can say that both kind of systems are totally different, but we need to take into account that we have some advantage and some disadvantage of this kind of school.
Como conclusión, podemos decir que una escuela pública y una escuela privada tiene ventajas y desventajas que debemos tomar en cuenta.
Okay. Yes, good job, but please be careful with the end, okay? Be careful with the end because you need to conclude like okay, so as a conclusion, we can say public versus private school, the difference is minimal. For example, you have the options to send your kids to a public school, or you have the option to send your kids to a public school. So it doesn't mean that the students who's going to study in a public are going to be better. It doesn't mean that the student who's going to be to study in a public school will be better. So the difference is just the opportunities, or maybe just the education system. Thanks to all of you. Like at this one, okay? So be careful with the end, okay. Así que yo creo que lo que nos faltaría pulir es eso. El final nada más. El final. Señorita, excelente trabajo. Muy buen trabajo. Excelente. So, could you please, Jackie and Irene, see my screen? This is the next topic. Parents should control their children's activities on social media. I repeat it again. Parents should control their children's activities on social media. So please, ladies, be ready because this is the second topic. And practice number 3. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Irene. Okay, Mauricio, Alessandra, I'm going to continue with you. Are you ready? Always, teacher.
Always ready, teacher. We're ready.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now please go ahead. Mauricio, your microphone is on, but we can.
We don't hear you.
Yes. Mauri. He's speaking.
I think. Mauri.
You hear me?
Yes, perfect. Okay,
yes,
please.
now, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Buenos días a todos.
We're going to talk about education.
Vamos a hablar ahora sobre educación.
Okay, the first thing that we need to know.
Okay, la primera cosita que tenemos que saber
is that we're talking about the education of your sons.
Dejar de hablar de la educación de sus hijos.
The decision you take.
La decisión que tú tomes.
It depends on your necessities.
Depende de tu necesidad.
For example, the location, the payment, and also the model that the school follows.
Por ejemplo, la ubicación y el modelo de escuela.
If you want to a private school.
Si tú quieres una escuela privada, un colegio.
To have a better student.
Para tener un mejor estudiante.
First, you need to educate.
Primero tienes que educar.
The student at home.
El estudiante en casa.
The parents are the first teachers.
Porque los padres son los primeros profesores.
So, in a sense,
Ok, en ese sentido,
it doesn't matter too much
no importa tanto
where you study.
dónde estudias.
What really matters
Lo que realmente importa
is what your parents taught you.
es lo que tus padres te digan.
But
Pero
if you can,
pero si puedes, can't or
reinforcement,
can. Sorry. Can
you
or can.
can.
Ah, pero si no puedes,
The best thing you can do
lo mejor que puedes hacer
is to get a private study, in my opinion.
es tener una educación privada, obtener una educación privada.
Personalized.
Mi opinión personal.
Okay, is that we need to see where my son will be comfortable.
Tenemos que ver dónde nuestros hijos se van a sentir cómodos.
Because
Porque,
it is also important
porque también es importante
that this decision
que esta decisión
can be taken
pueda ser tomada
for our sons.
por
By our
nuestros
sons.
hijos, por sus hijos.
If your child feels comfortable in a public,
Si tu niño se siente cómodo en una escuela pública,
what you need to do is
lo que necesitas hacer es
to be proud of him or she or
estar
her.
orgulloso de él o ella.
As a conclusion,
As a conclusion,
En
we have
conclusión,
that the parents give options
tenemos que darles unas opciones
and the student will take it.
y el estudiante lo tomará.
Goodbye.
Adiós.
thanks for your attention. Ok, excelente, thank you. Vaya, lo mismo. Tenemos que ir practicando cómo vamos a finalizar. Ok, ya, es lo único que voy a pulir con ustedes. Cómo en este caso vamos a finalizar. Thanks for your attention, ok. So, un ejemplo nada más. Thank you so much, please. Alessandra, Mauricio, the second is, parents should control their children's activities on social media. Please be ready with the second. So let's see, I'm gonna conclude this one, the first practice. Practice number 2 with Ellie and Anita. Are you ready, ladies? Yes, teacher, all the time.
Yes, teacher.
Perfect, excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies, please go ahead. Okay. Ladies, thank you. Anita, your microphone
Anita?
is on, and yes, but her microphone is on. Try again, please, Anita. Oops, oh my God. She left. She left. Ok. Lo raro es que Piense que lo que vamos a hacer con Anita, cuando nos toque trabajar con ella, quizás la vamos a pasar de primero, porque me llama la atención que tiene problemas de internet justo cuando va a participar. Entonces, no sé ahí, ¿verdad? Esta es mi opinión personal. Eli, so don't worry about it because it isn't your fault, okay? So for the second round, Eli, you will be the opponent or the interpreter for the second round.
Excuse me? Huh?
For the second round, are you going to be the opponent or the interpreter?
The opponent?
The opponent, oh my goodness. So your partner left the class. Maybe she got problems with her internet. So I'm so sorry, Ellie, my goodness. Y el problema es que vas a ser el opponent. El problema es que vas a ser el opponent. Ay, oh my goodness. Okay, Ellie, well, try to be ready with the last, okay? Try to be ready with the last. Y si puedes escribirme a Anita, no sé qué me le pasó. Y ay, Dios mío. Bueno, señores, nos vamos a tomar 6 minutos de break. Nos vamos a tomar 6 minutos de break. Y en este caso, iniciaríamos. No les voy a dar tiempo para que se preparen, ¿ok? Ya les di el tema para que ustedes se vean en este caso envolviendo del tema. Parents should control their children's activities on social media. So, nos vamos a tomar 6 minutos de break. Y al regresar, inicio directamente con el grupo de Irene y con el grupo de Jackie. Señores, vamos con 6 minutos de break. Okay, my dear students, be ready. So, this is the last part of the translations and interpretation. So, for this round, you are going to participate only once. Only once. It means that you are going to be the opponent or you are going to be the interpreter, but just once. If you don't have any question, please, may I continue? Anita, your microphone is on, but yes, the detail is, Anna, you have to participate in class. You have to fix that kind of problems. I cannot remember, but maybe I cannot remember if Ellie, Irene, or Jackie, but some of them has the necessity to move on because her internet is not working at her house. So if there is a necessity, Anita, to move to maybe your neighbor or something like that, please do it, okay? Because you have to participate in class. I can understand that you got some problem with your internet, but maybe there are many options, Anita, okay? There are many options. So, because just to say, teacher, my internet is not working is not the solution, okay? This is not a solution. So, please, Anita, try to move on, okay? Try to move on, try to look for a place in order to have your classes, please. Because remember, I do all the activities in class. I do all the activities. I do all the evaluation in class. So like a 90%, yes, in class. So my dear students, the next and the final topic is parents should control their children's activities on social media. So this is the last topic. This is the last exercise, so we not continue doing this kind of because it is enough. Now maybe you need to conclude, you need to fix it at the end of your translation, the end of your interpretation, because it's the only detail that I can face it up now. Very little detail, but I'm not, you are kind of ready. So let's see, Irene and Jackie, are you ready, ladies? Remember, we are going to do this one just once. Ladies, please let me know.
Yes.
Okay, so in this opportunity, you're going to be the opponent or the translator, Irene?
The translator.
Okay, please give us, okay, some minutes, please. Seconds. Okay. Me gusta anotar todo porque así cuando el alumno me dice, teacher, pero mire, ¿y por qué tal cosa? Y aquí lo tengo anotado todo. Okay, thank you so much. So, Jackie, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. I like your tone. Okay, excellent, ladies. Please, the topic is parents should control their children's activities on social media. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, parents of family.
Buenos días, padres de familia.
I hope you are very fine.
Espero que se encuentren muy bien.
In this occasion, we are going to talk about social media.
En esta ocasión, vamos a hablar sobre las redes sociales.
And how they affect in children.
En cómo las redes sociales afectan a tus hijos.
In many cases, parents of family don't know what children watch in their tablets and phones.
En la mayoría de casos, los padres no saben lo que sus hijos miran en la tablet, en sus teléfonos celulares.
However, it is very important to know what they handle in it.
Repeat.
But it is very necessary to know about they watch in their table, in their tablets and phones.
Sin embargo, es necesario saber qué es lo que ellos miran en su teléfono celular y en su tablet.
There are some mothers that they prefer give their children a phone or buy a tablet. Just they need to cook or clean the house and just give them a phone just for distract them.
La mayoría de madres de familia prefieren comprarle un teléfono celular a sus hijos o una tablet mientras ellas están haciendo los oficios de su casa y de esa forma distraerlos.
But that's not the correct way because they are not interested in what the children watch in their phone.
Realmente no es la forma correcta porque ellos no saben lo que sus hijos realmente miran en las redes sociales.
First, it is the responsibility of both mother and father to see if their children watch good things or bad things.
Pero es la responsabilidad tanto a los padres como a las madres saber lo que sus hijos miran en las redes sociales, si son cosas buenas o son cosas desagradables.
If not, they will have a lot of problems then because probably the children will have misbehaved then.
Entonces es necesario saber por qué de lo contrario los niños no se comportan.
Most of the time, nowadays, there are no one that doesn't have a cell phone.
Hoy en día no existe nadie que no tenga un teléfono celular.
Most of the children have a cell phone or a tablet.
La mayoría de niños tienen un teléfono o una tablet.
And first, the parents give them a cell phone, they have to make sure about the apps and the content that they will watch in that device.
Primeramente, los padres tienen que asegurarse cuáles son las apps que sus hijos usan y qué tipo de contenido ellos miran en las redes sociales.
1 minute.
To end with this comment, I want to say that social media have advantage and disadvantage, but parents or family have to make sure about the password, about social media of their children, because there are bad people that want take into account about little children.
Could you repeat but step by step, not all the information?
Okay. To end with this comment.
Para finalizar con este tema,
it is very important.
Es realmente importante
That before parents give their children a device,
primeramente los padres antes de dar un monitor,
they have to handle the social media of their children.
I don't know what is the meaning of handle.
Manejar.
Ellos tienen que manejar las redes sociales de sus hijos.
with their password.
And be careful with the N, ok, be careful with the N, ladies. Muy bien, ahora, pulamos ese final ahorita.
Because social media can be dangerous for little kids.
Las redes sociales pueden ser peligrosas para los niños pequeños.
Paréntesis, para un final podemos utilizar conjunctions. Therefore, so, instead of, ok, utilicemos conjunctions para el final.
The social media can be dangerous for kids. However, if the parents help them to handle this device, they can improve in their knowledge.
Las redes sociales pueden ser peligrosas, sin embargo, si ellos saben llevarlo, ellos pueden aumentar su conocimiento.
And if they improve their knowledge, it is useful for their future.
Repeat.
If they handle well social media, they will improve their abilities in the future because technology, it is useful.
Si ellos saben manejar las redes sociales, ellos pueden aprender, pueden mejorar sus habilidades para el futuro.
So,
Always part of family, take care about social media of your children.
Entonces, padres de familia, ten cuidado en las redes sociales que tus hijos usan.
que tus hijos usan el tono de voz me hace como que vamos a seguir. Ok, tenemos que pulir el final nada más, señoritas. El final, porque el tono de voz me hace como que, ok, todavía no termina, vea. Seguimos. Ahora bien, so, parents should, en este caso, los papás deben de, pero nosotros lo tradujimos como que, entonces papá, tú deberías. Acuérdate que la audiencia que tenés, no podés tratarla de tú. O sea, si el ponente dice, por ejemplo, ok, so, and you, as a parent, you have to, bla, bla, bla. O sea, no puedes decir, ok, y ustedes como papás, tú tienes que, no, siempre seguís como en la manera formal. Nunca se le puede tratar a la audiencia como que, ok, entonces vos tenés que hacer esto. O sea, detalle. Lo único que tenemos que afinar nada más, señoritas, es el final, porque le seguíamos dando vuelta a lo mismo. So we will continue talking about the same. We will continue talking about the same. So we need to fix it up just the end. Just the end. Excellent. Thank you so much, ladies. Tomemos un pequeño descanso. So I'm going to continue with Alessandra and Mauricio. This is the last time. So ready, guys?
Of course.
Okay,
Yes,
really
yes,
nice.
yes,
I
we can.
like it. Perfect. So
As
remember,
usual.
as usual, perfect. So remember, this is the last time, okay? So please enjoy it. Go ahead.
Okay. Um. Okay, we are going to talk some points about control en social media.
Ok, nosotros vamos a hablar sobre algunos puntos del control de las redes sociales.
Probably nowadays is not a big deal for someone.
Hoy en día no es una gran cosa para algunos.
Because it's something normal.
Porque esto es algo normal.
But what is your point of view in that? What is your role in the life as a parent or even as a brother, as a sibling, or as a teacher?
Pero, ¿cuál es tu rol como padre, como estudiante o como un profesor?
Because have you wondered why the world is like this nowadays?
Repeat it, please.
Have you wondered why the world is like is nowadays?
Porque te has preguntado por qué el mundo es como es hoy en día.
And probably you said the social media is.
Probablemente dirás que las redes sociales, esa es la razón.
And not exactly. It's not the social media like the social media.
Y no exactamente las redes sociales como redes sociales.
Is the use that you have, is the control, is that you are watching or using.
Es el uso que le das, el control que tienes sobre ellas en lo que estás mirando.
Is something usual watching some children watching the cell phone and they have just 1 year.
Es común ver niños pequeños viendo las redes sociales o YouTube con tan solo 1 año de edad.
And is it correct?
¿Es correcto eso?
Is it necessary for they in this moment, that moment?
¿Es necesario para ellos en esta etapa?
It's not my opinion, it's not the truth, but I think that in that age we can't give birth this instead of a book.
No tengo toda la verdad, es mi opinión, pero considero que se les puede dar un libro en lugar de las redes sociales.
But with the time happen in the child is growing up, you can provide a device for their studies or the investigations.
Porque a medida que va creciendo el niño, le puedes proporcionar los dispositivos para investigar o para realizar sus quehaceres.
But obvious with a parental control.
Pero obviamente con un control parental.
Because nowadays they just say, yes, this is the cell phone, or yes, it's the computer, but you don't know what they are watching.
Porque hoy en día ellas te pueden decir que están usando el teléfono, están utilizando la computadora, pero tú no sabes qué es lo que están mirando.
You have to be interested, share with them in the confidence to tell you what is watching, what is using.
Tú te debes de mostrar interesado, debes de compartir con ellos, saber qué es lo que están viendo y compartir esas ideas.
So in conclusion, I don't say don't give. I said just try to be able to be a confident for them.
En conclusión, no estoy diciendo que no le dé al niño un celular o una tablet. Lo que quiero decir es que se tenga la confianza de ser un confidente.
And not try to hide you the things.
Y no tratar de
Hide it. Hide it.
I don't know what is the meaning. Okay. Could you repeat it?
Hide it.
Can you use other words?
Are you thinking?
Hide it.
Hide it.
Or hide it. Like a seek. Hide and seek. The game, hide and seek.
Okay.
Hi.
They don't try to be a secret to you.
Y no intentar ocultarlo.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
In conclusion,
You are going to be the control and not someone to hide the things.
En conclusión, necesitamos ser alguien que tenga el control, no alguien que oculte las cosas.
Thanks.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Adiós. Adiós.
Adiós.
Ok, excelente, señores. Thank you. Excelente. Muy bien, tomemos un descanso. Vamos ahora, Anita, Eli, ¿cómo estamos? Ay, perdón. Ya me dio la rinitis otra vez. Ok, Anita me dijo que tenía mejor el Inter. Vamos a ver.
Hi.
Excelente, muy bien, Anita. Anita, vos
Sí.
tenés voz de, no sé, como para trabajar en una radio o algo así, porque es bien dulce tu voz. Ok, so, Eli, ¿cómo estamos, Eli?
Bien, teacher, bien con el Inter.
Excelente, excelente. Démosle, pues, señorita. Vamos con la última ya. El tema ya lo saben, parents should control their children's activities on social media. Go ahead.
Okay, I hope you are doing great.
Espero que todos estén bien.
Today we're going to share my opinion about
Les voy a compartir mi opinión sobre
parents should control their children's activities on social media.
los papás deberían controlar las actividades que los hijos hacen en las redes sociales.
Okay, in my opinion, I think that we have advantage and disadvantage that we're going to discover right now.
En mi opinión, creo que tenemos desventajas y ventajas y les voy a compartir mi opinión personal sobre eso.
Okay, first, one of the disadvantages that we have is that we don't know that all children or future children were going to watch on social media.
Can you repeat that, please?
We don't know what okay, I'm going to start again because I confused my goodness. One of the disadvantages that we are going to discover right now is
Una de las desventajas que vamos a descubrir ahorita es
that we don't know that our future children are going to see on social media.
que no sabemos qué cosas van a ver nuestros hijos en las redes sociales.
Because in social media we can find online predators, disgusting things,
Porque ahí podemos encontrar cosas que no son agradables.
but with your future children going to feel like I'm going to click on it and I'm going to see it because I want to know what is that.
Porque los niños ven un link y solo por curiosidad dicen, voy a clicar ahí.
Another disadvantage that we have that it affects emotional in our children. Another disadvantage that we can find is how affect our children.
Otra desventaja que podemos encontrar es cómo afectar a nuestros hijos emocionalmente.
Also, we like a parent, we need to check the time that our children are going to spend on social media if we permit that.
También nosotros como papás tenemos que ver el tiempo en que nuestros hijos pasan en las redes sociales.
As a conclusion,
As a conclusion, you like a parent you need to create a good connection with your children.
Tú como papá tienes que crear. Can you repeat that, please?
A good connection with
Una
your
buena,
children
una buena relación con tus hijos.
and explain the disadvantage of advantage that we can find on social media or on internet.
Repeat it, please. Again. When you feel your interpreter is not cut the attention, or in this case, not attention, it doesn't catch the meaning, please repeat it again, okay? Don't wait to, okay, could you please repeat it? No, okay, just continue, okay? And repeat it again.
You like a parent, you need to create a good relation with your children and explain
Le oigo entrecortado.
No, yo sí escucho bien a Eli, hija. Yo creo que sí es tu inter. Eli, the last time, please.
you like a parent, you need to create a good connection with your children and explain.
Ajá.
De hacer una buena relación con tus hijos y explicarles.
Please, as a conclusion.
Disadvantage and disadvantage that we can find on social media.
Sobre las desventajas y ventajas que podemos encontrar en las redes sociales.
Because like a parent, you are protecting your children.
Porque como papá, lo único que quieres es proteger a tus hijos.
I finished.
Say, okay, thank you or thanks for your attention. Okay?
Okay.
Ok, señorita, excelente, thank you. Miren, a los tres grupos, vaya. Unos se sienten más cómodos y ya más confiados que otros, pero los tres, en este caso, los tres, lo único quizás nosotros tendríamos que mejorar, como les dije anteriormente, es la parte de la culminación, Ok, señores, this is the last practice sense for today. The topic is, who invent the chocolate? Could you please, Jackie, could you help me to read the information, please? Thank you.
Who invented chocolate? Chocolate's 400 years history began in ancient Mesoamerica, present-day Mexico.
Be careful, my princess, because you say 400. It's 4,000, okay? Detail.
I'm going to start again.
Okay, excellent.
Chocolate's 4,000 years history began in ancient Mesoamerica, present-day Mexico. It's here that the first cacao plants were found. The Olmec, one of the earliest civilizations in Latin America, were the first to turn the cacao plant into chocolate. They drank their chocolate during rituals and used it as medicine. Centuries later, the Mayans prized chocolate as the drink of the dog of the gods. Mayans chocolate was a revered brew made of roasted and ground cacao seeds mixed with chilies, water, and cornmeal. Mayans poured this mixture from one pot to another, creating a thick, foamy beverage called chocolate, meaning bitter water. By the 15th century, the Aztecs used cocoa beans as currency. They believed that chocolate was a gift from the god Quetzalcoatl and drank it as a refreshing beverage and aphrodisiac, and even they prepare for war.
Okay, thank you so much, my lady. So the last dynamic as an activity, and this is also my attendance too. You are going to, okay, I'm going to give you two options. If you want, you can interpret, or if you want, you can translate. It's your option. If you feel more comfortable with the first one, use it. If you feel more comfortable with the second one, use it. But this is the old school. Remember, when I say old school, is because you are going to translate the test into Spanish, but you are going to write it down, all the paragraph. If you
Oh,
want, yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, this is the old school. If you want, you can use your computer, or if you want, you can use your notebook. It doesn't matter which way you are going to use it. Just please, you have to send to my private WhatsApp the picture, okay? And try to work in that middle way. Porque a veces tenemos esos garabatos, aunque con ustedes no me pasa, pero con los otros grupos sí. Cuidado con el handwriting, ¿ok? Cuidado con el handwriting, porque no quiero estar. ¿Y qué quiso poner acá? Entonces, so, my dear students, this is the last one. So, I'm going to give you 25 minutes. Yes, it's going to be enough. So,
And we can do it in the computer.
yes, of course. Yes, of
And
course.
teacher,
So, yes.
can you send the picture? WhatsApp.
Okay, now. I do it now. Okay, wait a minute, please.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. Yes, it's your option. Teacher, I feel more comfortable working on my computer. Yes, do it. Ok, vamos a ver aquí. Tururú, aquí estamos. Aquí estamos. Sí, han trabajado bastante. No se preocupen. Hoy vamos a terminar rápido para que ustedes también descansen. Porque han trabajado muy bien este día en clase, señores. Igual, no homeworks. No les voy a dejar tarea. No homeworks. So, this is the last one. Y de ahí nos vemos hasta el día viernes en didáctica. Ok, señores, trabajemos en esto ahorita. Please, cuando termine, me manda su fotografía. Y ya, ok, lo voy a premiar. Ya me debe usted me mande esto, se puede ir saliendo de clases para que tenga ahí más chance de descansar. Chicos, regálenme un minuto, voy a ir a traer un vasito con agua porque ya bueno, voy a llenar mi pichinguita, mejor dicho, porque ya me terminé el agua. Les digo esto porque si me hablan no les voy a contestar, ¿ok? Okay, if you have any question, please let me know. Mauri, please, could you send your practice into my private WhatsApp, please? Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Mauri. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Anita. Señoritas, ¿cómo vamos? Ale, Irene.
Ya, es que ya lo tengo translated, pero lo estoy pasando en limpio.
Okay. Irene, what about you?
I already sent the picture.
Excellent. Let's see. Oh, yes, I got it. Okay, thank you, Irene. Nos vemos en didáctica el viernes.
Ya casi, ya casi.
Okay. Yes, Ale, ready?
Almost, teacher, almost.
Okay.
Es que el chip se me bugueó y escribía en inglés que en español, entonces lo estoy pasando el link.
Ok, vaya, no te preocupes, hija. Mándamelo cuando ya lo tengas listo, me lo mandas en foto, pero mándamelo a mi WhatsApp privado, ¿ok?
Vaya.
Thank
Ok,
you, Ale. Nos vemos el viernes.
claro que sí.
See you.
Bye. See you.